today I'm going to go through another relish to show you guys. It's a red onion marmalade or red onion jam. A few simple ingredients. I've got some onions. I've about 500 grams of onions. I'm using red onions, some white onions and some shallots today. A little bit of rosemary, some brown sugar. I have 50 grams of brown sugar, 50 mils of balsamic vinegar, and nearly a pint of beer. Okay, so I just finished slicing these onions. So I've cut to peel the onions. I've cut them in half. I want to take the end piece off, and then we just want to slice them across. Okay, so they don't have to be really thin. If you like your relish like really fine, then obviously slice them a little bit thinner. I have a pan on the stove there on a medium to hot heat, and it's a non-stick pan. This relish is probably going to take about 20 minutes to a half an hour to cook all together. So just into the pan. So that's my onions all sliced up. I'll add them into the bowl. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of rosemary. You could also use thyme here, or you could add in a bay leaf if you wish. Normally I would use thyme, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to use a little bit of rosemary. This relish or marmalade is brilliant on steak sandwiches, like a chicken and ciabatta sandwich maybe. After we make it, we're going to put it into a jar and it'll live happily in the fridge for up to 3 months. Also delicious if you're making a casserole. You could add a big spoonful in at the end. So very versatile thing to learn how to make. So we have a pan on here on a medium to hot heat, and I'm going to put 2 good tablespoons of olive oil into it, and then I'm actually going to hurry it up a little bit more. We're going to add in our onions, and we want them to fry. So what we're going to try and do here is we're going to try to get the onions to caramelise and release the natural sugars. So I'm going to cook this down for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to add in my beer and my vinegar and my sugar. At this point I'm going to add in the bit of rosemary that I chopped, and I'm also going to add in my 50 grams of brown sugar. So after we add the brown sugar, I'm just going to mix it through, and what that's going to do is that's going to start caramelising the onions, and this is where the jam part is coming into it. So this is how we're making onion jam or onion marmalade. So already you can see, because we've added sugar in there, the temperature is really going to start to come up on this now, because sugar gets to a much hotter cooking point. So I'm going to cook that for another 30 seconds, and then I'm going to add in my balsamic vinegar. Already it's totally changed the smell now. You can really start to smell the onions caramelising, and I can also smell the rosemary. It's delicious. So now, as you can see, it's already starting to get a little bit more sticky looking. And at this point I'm going to add in my balsamic vinegar, and I'm going to add in my beer. Now that's going to come up to the boil, and I'm going to let it cook until all the moisture evaporates, and it's going to get nice and soft and sticky. And at that point then we can put it into a jar or into a Tupperware container and put it into the fridge. So as you can see now by our onions, all the moisture has gone, and it's gone nice and sticky. This is probably about another 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes away from being perfectly cooked. And we started off with 500 grams of onions, and the pan looked full, and as you can see it's cooked right down now, and that's gone nice and sticky and sweet. So I'm using this for steak sandwiches tonight, so I'm going to smear that along the bread. Whatever I don't use, I'm going to put into a sterilised jar and leave it in the fridge for next time. So this is a very versatile ingredient to have in your fridge. As I said, it's brilliant to add it into casseroles, on steak sandwiches, on any sandwiches really, to be honest with you. It's a very, very tasty thing to make. So what we have here is the Bistro steak from John Stone, which are perfect for steak sandwiches. What I'm going to show you how to put together now. So in here I've just marinated the steak in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and I've just added a little bit of sea salt, and then I have a smoking hot barbecue. and I'm going to cook these medium rare. So onto the barbecue, the hottest part of the barbecue, full blast. And then when you put them on, leave them alone, don't touch them. Okay, so they're going to get a good smoke and sear. And I'm going to cook them for about 2 or 3 minutes on either side. Then I'll put them back into the dish that I had here, and I'll go inside and I'll put the steak sandwich together. So as you can see now, there's quite a lot of smoke coming up there. The barbecue is nice and hot. I haven't touched the steak since I put them on the grill, because I really want them to start cooking and caramelising on the meat. So now I've taken the steaks off the barbecue and they're ready to assemble our steak sandwich. They've had about 2 or 3 minutes to rest. So I've made this delicious peppered crème fraîche, which is just some crème fraîche, lots of cracked black pepper, a pinch of salt, and a squeeze of lemon juice. So I'm going to put that on one side of a little wholemeal ciabatta here. So that's gone on one side. I've got some baby gem leaves, which I've just shredded up. I'm going to put them on. Little splash of olive oil over the leaves, a little bit of sea salt. And then on the other side of the bun, I have this wonderful red onion marmalade that we've also going to share the recipe for. We put that on that side. It's starting to come together nicely. I'm going to take my steak. I'm going to put 3 or 4 nice slices on top. I'm going to make 4 sandwiches all together. So we'll layer that up on top. Our lid will go on top of that. And there you have it. We've got our Johnstone Bistro steak, which I grilled on the barbecue, served with a peppered crème fraîche, red onion marmalade, and baby gem. Enjoy.